But apparently I'm live now on the internet, on the interwebs, on the YouTubes. What? Be going down, people of the world. Redbeard here, coming at you from my couch, as I do quite often. And someone suggested that it might be fun to dual review a beer that me and another individual happen to have. So, with that in mind, say hi to Maxwell STARR, everybody.
What the hell are you talking about, Redbeard? What beer are you accusing me of suggesting doing a review of?
Nick's got a bottle of this on hand, apparently. This is a box of a bottle of Innis and Gunn's Vanishing Point, the third in the Vanishing Point series by Innis and Gunn. It's a barrel-aged Imperial Stout coming in at 11% ABV. And I actually haven't had any.
Redbeard, I just want to say one thing, and I don't mean to cut you off like you cut me off all the time, but I just want to say congratulations on hitting 1,000.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, I'm pretty proud. So yeah, like I was just going to say, I think I've had at least one of the other two in this series, but Innis and Gunn as a whole really hasn't done anything that's impressed me for a while at this point. So with that in mind, Nick, have you had any other Vanishing Point beers?
The only one I've had is I had another bottle of this.
Fair enough. I may have been around when you had that.
So that should tell you at least something.
Yeah, so apparently it's a Imperial Stout matured in bourbon barrels for an incredible 420 days. 420, baby, yeah. Chocolate, charred oak, vanilla, and ripe fruit are underpinned by a heady bourbon character, mellowed by over 10,000 hours in barrel. Ooh, they're really telling you how long it's been in a barrel here. Deep, dense, and dark with a foam to match. This is truly a beer to savor. Well,
420.
With that in mind, let's crack her open, shall we?
Ooh.
Yes. Vanishing Point. Bottle cap is nothing to write home about. It's just black. I don't have anything to really toss it into from here, and if I miss, the cat will just go for crazy. I'm just not going to throw the bottle cap. All right. Got my Teku glass. It's been rebranded with the Redbeard Festival glass imagery. Redbeardfestival.ca. Get your tickets now.
I got proper glassware for this.
That's nice. Actually, you know, I have one of those. I didn't even think to grab it. I have that same glass. That's a bit of a fail on my part.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what?
You have this one because it's your subscriber anniversary or whatever.
Promote myself instead of Innis and Gunn. Why not? Yep. Looks pretty typical for a stout. You know, looks nice and dark. I don't have my typical light here to do my light test, but I got my phone light, do a little something like that, and you can see that no light is making it through that at all. So it's a good sign. The head isn't really as dark as the description led me to believe it would be, but it's dark enough.
Yeah, it's got this nice chocolate brown kind of thing going on. Mocha brown.
Oh, that's got a pretty decent aroma to it. Chocolate, like maybe some raisininess. I like the smell of that. Let's give her a shot.
All right.
Wow, that's really sweet.
It is. It's like chocolate and
that's borderline too overpoweringly sweet for me. It's very smooth. I cannot deny that. There's zero hint this is 11% ABV. The lingering aftertaste is quite nice.
It's almost kind of like this roasted chocolate, smoky.
Yeah, the smoky
licorice. You get licorice out of it?
Not a lot of, I don't know. Licorice isn't something I'm really big on, so. But let's do this. Cheers, everybody, and many cheers to Mr. Nick.
Yeah, no problem. Cheers to you, man.
Look at that second, just happens all the time with me with beers. The first drink is never truly indicative of like what I think of it. Like the second drink, I didn't get nearly as much of a punch of sweetness on my palate as that first one. It's not bad. Just realized, currently one viewer, which is possibly me. So I'm going to quickly go like this and like this and like this and back. My God, too many things open on my phone. My channel, videos, quapaw.
Yep. Plug yourself and ask your subscribers or something.
No, I'm just going to share the link in a couple quick little locations and see if maybe anybody in the world wants to watch.
It was very nice, though. A very nice smelling beer. Get that in the taste. You get this. You get like the little bits like caramel and maybe a hint of butterscotch, but like caramel, vanilla, drying.
It is really sweet,
woody. It's super complex considering this is Innis and Gunn. I didn't know they had this in them.
I will give it that. Like this is almost too complex for my palate. Like, which isn't saying much because my palate is not overly complex to begin with. But yeah, this is that as far as what you just like from Innis and Gunn, this is above and beyond anything else I've had from them in a while as far as just the quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you've noticed it. Everybody's pretty well noticed that Innis and Gunn. There's a little bit of beers today have gotten better, like taking the barrel aging thing and running it further than Innis and Gunn had ever attempted to. And Innis and Gunn, to ramp up production, seems to have fallen back a little in as far as how good their beers are.
But I'd say they've fallen back a lot.
Truly, what this is really do, and this is I mean, I'm at the same time disappointed as much as I like this beer. Just overall kind of been disappointed as Innis and Gunn.
Yeah, like again, like they can do stuff like this, and yet they continue to put out like their tropic like it's hot or whatever, that stupid friggin' tropical IPA, and there's so many beers that do not hit the mark at all in my personal opinion, but yet they have the ability to make something like this, and they don't do it unless it's like they're super special. This was expensive as well. I want to say this was almost a $15 bottle of beer.
This one, I think, set me back 13.
Oh, look, somebody's actually watching. Mercy Beers.
I think this set me back about 13 something, but the original price in New Brunswick when they arrived here in very limited quantities was like $17 or some stupid thing.
Actually, I can't.
A lot of money, especially when you consider like how much did Greg pay for those Double Tempests? I suppose it was about the same.
But
I would rather have a Double Tempest than this. But
yeah,
there's no question. But I mean, it's not that these guys did a bad job. It's definitely the best thing they make right at the moment.
Just double checking here on LCBO. LCBO, this was $14.95. So, like, I can any of the Bastard series from Nickelbrook, aside from the Whiny Bastard, those are like $12. I would pick any one of those over this beer personally.
Like a Kentucky Bastard.
Kentucky Bastard, Cafe del Bastardo, the Wonky Bastard, the Kontiki Bastard.
Or even like, how much was I forget how much Greg said the Solstice was from GLB. That was pretty phenomenal too.
Solstice, I'd choose a Solstice is cheaper than that as well. Definitely. This I feel like what it is, like 420 days is a long time to barrel age a beer. Like usually you never really hear about anybody doing more than like a year of barrel aging. So 420 days, that's a long time. I feel like that's what this has really picked up a shit ton of character out of that barrel, as opposed to other beers that don't get as much. And that's what's really kind of messing with my mind a bit.
Yeah, it's not just did they age this in the barrel for 420 days. It's like, what was the history of the barrels they used? Like, are they like first fill? Did they just take the bourbon out of it, or has had a couple of batches of beer put in it since then?
Yeah, we got a couple comments here. Mercy Beer is saying their bourbon barrel porter is boring. I don't know if I've had that, but I wouldn't doubt it. Sexton, what's the verdict? That's coming up shortly, my friend. Mercy Beers again. He has their Kindred Spirit Stout in the fridge. I Not sure if I've had that one either. And we got Craig. Cheers, Mr. Craig.
Hey, Craig.
And Sexton asking him how the lockdown is going. Because yay for the coronavirus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't bad at all. As far as 10 minutes or so right now, it's a nice little time for review. After this is done, we're going to kind of do little Nick BA 101 style. This is kind of the main show, and then little after chat action afterwards with anybody in the chat that wants to pop in. You're more than welcome to pop in. And we'll kind of go from there. So with that in mind, what are your thoughts on Innis and Gunn's Vanishing Point number 3, Mr. Nick?
Pretty much summed it up. I mean, right now I feel like this is the best thing that Innis and Gunn makes. It's a very, very well made barrel aged Imperial Stout. Again, I think I would still go for a Double Tempest. There's a number of Imperial Stouts out there, even some from Founders, Greg, that I would actually go with over this beer. But that's not to say that this is terrible. This is actually fairly, really good. And I'm glad I got to try this because I've been kind of I haven't been able to get the previous 2. I think I could get the 2, but it was super expensive and I never bothered. But to be totally honest, this is the best thing that Innis and Gunn is making right now, and it kind of at the same time, yay. And I'm sad because I remember how good I really like Innis and Gunn's beers used to be. I used to look forward to every single release, and now it's I leave them on the shelf.
Kind of like Bose.
Yeah, Bose is kind of the same way. And it all comes down to they got more popular. They increased their production, and with the increase in productions, they had to alter their recipes and brewing methods slightly. With Innis and Gunn, one of the biggest things that they had to alter was in order to increase production. I mean, they can't possibly get enough barrels. So they had to do this new oakerator system where they basically just force age it with by carbonating the beer with the oak chips, I think, in the beer, so that it speeds up the maturation process, which works, and then some doesn't. And also you start seeing Innis and Gunn now focusing on beers that aren't that have nothing to do with barrels, and that's not really working out too well because
Nope.
When you take out the barrel of some of their beers, then that's the winning thing that they had going for them. And again, it really shows because decent Imperial Stout made fantastic with all the barrel aging that this thing went through, and that's their old barrel trick. Again, one trick pony kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, this is solid. What do you rate it at? A 5 or a 10?
10.
I would give us a 9. Solid.
I go 8. Personally, I go 8. Again, it's a touch too sweet overall for me. Again, I will agree with you on all your other points. Currently, far and away the best beer that you can get from Innis and Gunn, and not to knock a particular beer that we had from them a little while ago, but they do some weird things sometimes, make black IPAs that aren't black IPAs at all.
Hey.
But yeah. Well, again, it wasn't a bad beer. It was just it was odd, and it was freaking weird. But anyway, with that in mind, everybody that watched, many cheers. And like I just said, after chat will be occurring, I don't know, another 5 minutes from this or so. So with that in mind, have yourselves all a great rest of the evening and stuff and things. And peace out.
What?